So today's question I want to ask everybody is, how old do you have to be before you know what you're talking about? Now there's a lot packed into that question because the raw age a person is doesn't necessarily say they know what they're talking about, but it is a main contributing factor based on experience and knowledge. So a case in point today, I saw a CNN report, and usually I don't watch that, but I was kind of driving around and I was listening on my feed, and the CNN report come up on the economy. These individuals seemed to be in their early 30s or late 20s, and they were talking on an economics show. And they were indicating that we may be starting into a recession, when the fact is we've been in a major economic depression since at least 2007, 2008. In the particular area I'm in, the economy started disintegrating in 2006 before it did in the rest of the country. And the majority of the migrant population working on the farms just up and left over 6 months. The United States has been in an economic depression since at least 2008, and they're talking about starting a recession. So these people, on one hand, they haven't lived long enough to experience much. They have not lived through the history that they read about, and everything they read is from a distorted point of view based upon their worldview and the things they believe and have been taught. And in fact, most of that has no basis in truth. So the thing is, they fail in the wisdom tests from several perspectives. And see, in the Bible, it talks about being 80 years old before gaining wisdom. And most of us haven't reached 80 years old. Just in my time on the earth, I experienced the economy of the 70s and 80s. I saw where mortgage interest rates for a home were 20 to 24%. And that is a massive killer of the real estate market. When I was in high school, in the first year of college, I worked for a real estate company doing their maintenance and repair work. And I did that for 5 years. And I saw the economic crash that came with those inflation rates. And if you look around, none of these people telling you what the deal is have experienced any of this. I also waited in line during the gas crisis in the 70s. And I can remember waiting in huge lines with my mother because of my age. And you would get almost to the pump and they'd run out of gas. And then there'd be fights when there was nothing left to fight over. So people in today's world that are giving you this advice have never experienced shortages, inflation, hyperinflation, or any of that. When I was in high school, I had a German teacher that experienced hyperinflation in Germany before World War II. She immigrated to the United States after the war. Now, her parents got paid 3 times a day because the money became so worthless. If you waited to the end of the day, you couldn't buy nothing. So they would take breaks at work and go out and buy whatever they could find. These pundits on the TV, social media have no basis of knowledge to give you any advice whatsoever or to explain what's happening. What you got to remember is they are paid to lie to you. So when we come back to the basic question, how old do you have to be to know what you're talking about? Let's think about it from 2 points of perspective. One is, the older you are, the more life experience you have and the more you've seen. With some people, this occurs worldwide. Some people, it's localized knowledge. The second part of that is having a base of knowledge from which to interpret those experiences. And this is where we gain wisdom. So when you're listening to these people, you have to come to a decision. Are they old enough? Do they have enough experience and enough wisdom? And are they without undue influence to lie before you believe what they say? So in the comments, tell me, how old do you think people have to be to know what they're talking about? Please comment, rate, subscribe. We'll see you on the next video.